Now let's look at data bars, which are little bar charts within a cell. Here we've got some revenue data for each quarter, and we want to visually show this a little bit better. Go ahead and select the cells and come to the conditional formatting button and select this data bars option. There are several options here color-wise. You can do a gradient fill or just a solid fill. We'll select this green gradient fill for now. The way that data bars work is the cell with the largest value gets a data bar that goes the entire column width. So this 200,000 that we have is the largest within the cells that we selected, and so it's going to go all the way to the end of the cell. Everything else then is relative to that 200,000. This 100,000 has a bar that goes to the middle of the cell. Similar to other conditional formatting, these bars will then change based on the relative amounts that are put in these cells. So if we change this to 175,000, then that bar moves closer to the 200,000. If we change this to 300,000, now that 300,000 has the bar that goes the entire column width, and everything else is relative to it. Let's look at some other options here. We'll clear that conditional formatting, and similar to other sections, you can click this More Rules button to see other options here. Here's a checkbox that you can click to only show the bar instead of the numbers and the bar. So this is what that would look like. So now the numbers have disappeared from view, even though within the formula bar you can still see the numbers themselves. So if we come in here and type 175,000, then the bars switch, but there's no number here. If you wanted to show both the number and the bar, you could come in here and insert a column and then just type an equals, and now you've got the number appearing as well as the bar. We'll get rid of that though. We'll clear that from our selection and look at a few more options here. In this section, you can change what you want the min and max to be. So as I mentioned, by default, the bar goes to the end of the cell because this automatic is selected, but you could change this to be some sort of a number. So let's say the goal, you wanted all of your quarters to be 500,000. So if you click OK, then the bars now are going to show relative to the 500,000 if you wanted to do that. And then you can change here what you want your bar appearance to be, solid or gradient, as we saw, and pick your color. You can also add borders if you would like. And then there are some options here that you can click into for negative values. So I haven't shown what that looks like because in our example, negative revenue doesn't make sense. But if you had a negative 100,000 in this data set, Excel will put kind of a line in the cell and will show that anything with a positive value is to the right of the line and anything with a negative value is to the left of the line. And those are the basics for data bars. They're fairly simple and may or may not work depending on what you're trying to do. However, I've found them helpful when you're sending spreadsheets to people who are more visual in nature. They can really add some value in a way that straight numbers may not.